Hey guys, this is Trenchy back again to bring you another video, and this time we're doing a review, which I haven't done in forever, of a film, a random movie. It's not like a top 20 list, it's not a cartoon, it's a movie. And this film was recommended to me by my buddy John Steele. Good dude. He has a really good channel too. I'll probably link it below. Just gives me excuses to shout him out. But we're gonna be talking about Valley of the Ditches from 2017. Uh, I don't know much about this film. I don't know who directed it. I really don't know who starred in it. I think it's just a bunch of unknowns, pretty much. This is a decently, I believe, low budget movie on Tubi TV. Now, what's this film about? It's about this girl who is kidnapped by this dude who murders her boyfriend, digs a giant hole in the desert, and then proceeds to torture her and leave her for dead in this hole in the desert. And it's up to her to, somehow survive. That's pretty much the movie. Um, I thought, like, looking at this movie, because the beginning of this movie, pretty much, like, the first, like, especially, like, the first half of it, it feels like the end of a movie, especially, like, 20 minutes in, I felt like I was watching the climax of a movie. Yeah, and you feel it really feels weird because it feels like, yeah, the meat of the movie is happening in the beginning, and you think, like, after that there's nowhere they could go. And you think it would be like a boring movie that would drag a lot, but no, this movie really kept my attention. And really did some things that surprised me in a way. Pretty much this movie was better than I was expecting. Because I knew it was going to be something at least decent, because my buddy did tell me to check it out. And I know that he wouldn't steer me wrong and shit. But it's like, I felt like it would be kind of worse than it was. I went in with pretty low expectations. Especially since I watched a trailer of it on YouTube and everybody in the comments was talking mad shit. And obviously, I think they just watched the trailer. They did not watch the movie because the movie is better than what the fuck they were talking about. Um, okay, things I liked about this movie. I'm gonna try to, like, talk about this movie without, like, leaving any spoilers. I really like the villain. I wish we had more of the villain. The villain's very good. Like my friend said, he is very Riddler-like. He reminded me very much of Riddler in Gotham. And he has this whole religious thing about him that just, like, kind of pisses me off. I hate people like that use religion as an excuse to do horrible things. And he kind of does that in a way, and it's interesting at the same time, but it's also like, you fucking bastard. It's like, you shit bastard, you know? And it's a very interesting character. Very, very good character. And our main lead as well, the girl, is very interesting as well. We find out stuff about her throughout the film. And there's still some things I don't completely understand, because this film has some arty feels to it. But, no, they're, shit. But, we learned a lot about this chick, and, this chick is a survivor, man. The shit she goes through in this film was a little bit of it unrealistic. This chick is badass as all hell. Yeah. Yeah, and I like what they did with her at the end of the film. I love the ending of this film. I think it's great. I love the whole 360 it takes, and it's just like BAM! And I don't want to spoil it, but shit goes down. Shit goes down, and our characters change in ways, and it's interesting. Just there's some surprising gore in this. I didn't think there would be, but there's some good gore. Nothing too much, but there is a scene in this movie where it's like, damn, I did not expect to see that in this, you know? Because I thought it was going to be like a Texas Chainsaw type thing, because early on it does feel kind of Texas Chainsaw, where there's a lot of brutal things happening, but they're not really showing it. And, yeah, it's... No, it's not that, because they do get into the gore. They used their budget wisely. Another thing, the beautiful cinematography. I thought the cinematography was top notch in this movie. I love the shots of the desert. There's a lot of beautiful shots of this desolate desert. They really make you feel the heat of the desert, and when this girl's like fucking going through like heat, fucking she doesn't have anything to drink, so she's dealing with the heat and shit, and she's dehydration. She's going for that shit. You can feel it. I think they did a very good job with that. Yeah, it's like the acting's pretty good. There was a couple scenes I was like, eh. But most of the time, I thought our actors were solid, man. Our actors were solid. It was a pretty interesting plot. It's like it turns from being kind of like this weird slasher to like a survival horror, which I enjoy, and I thought it was very well done with some very arty feels in it with her backstory and shit, and yeah, it kept me entertained. I was not bored at all during this movie. Between the performances and the backstory and the imagery and the violence and everything, it just kept me entertained, which is very crazy because most of the movie is just this girl in a hole with a dead body. Or, yeah, pretty much this is about a girl. There's flashbacks and shit, so there's more going on than that. And of course, we got the whole first half of the movie with our killer, which I wish we had more. He just kind of disappears for half of the movie and then shows up at the end. But it worked well. It worked well for what they were going for. There's one thing I felt weird. Now correct me if I'm wrong. People who have contact with coyotes, if someone who lives around coyotes and stuff sees this movie, please let me know if that's like a realistic growl or something, because there's a scene involving coyotes, and some of the parts it sounded like coyotes, like howling and barking. It's like, like wild dogs and shit, but then other parts, it sounded like they were growling like fucking jungle cats, like fucking lions and shit. Like, it literally sounded like these animals were fucking lions. And why? Why are your fucking wild dogs in the desert coyotes sounding like fucking lions? Do they actually sound like that? 'Cause that's fucking scary, man. That's fucking scary. If the fucking jungle, well, they're not jungle, but if the fucking desert dogs, fucking wild dogs sound like fucking lions, fucking jungle cats, that's scary as shit. But no, I really enjoyed this movie. I know it's got a generic name, Valley of the Ditches. You wouldn't think much of it, Even reading the synopsis, seeing the trailer, you wouldn't think much. But this was really good. I'd give this an 8. It's solid. It's pretty solid movie. I know that's pretty high rating, but I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people is probably not going to blow your socks off or anything, but I say if you want like a solid survival horror movie with an interesting villain and a very good ass ending, which I will not discuss. Unless if people have seen the movie, we can discuss that ending. I really liked it. So yeah, I give it an 8. I'd say if there's nothing else to watch, Tubi's free, man. Tubi's free. Go on Tubi. Watch Valley of the Ditches. It's good. And if you don't like it, you can come here and bitch at me and tell me I was wrong, and say, Trenchy, go outside and beat yourself with a snail. I don't know. Well, that would be abusive to the snail. I don't know. You can just tell me whatever you want. But yeah, I'm gonna be ending this here. Go watch Valley of the Ditches. Shout out to John Steele again for finding this little gem. I really liked it. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep up boop.